Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today I will be going over my history on Block Bros and anything Block Bros related. Starting with it all began on the date you see here. You can see that my join date is 2 years ago nearly. On that day was the first time I ever played Block Bros, and I remember liking it a lot actually. I also made my first 2 levels on that day, and one of them is still up actually. If you're curious, it's called Sword of Tower of Heck. And you can see that it was made 84 weeks ago. And you can obviously tell that I wasn't all that popular in Block Bros at the time. I was just making levels and enjoying myself more than anything. I guess my aim was to make good levels instead of terrible ones that normally appear on level making games. So I kept making levels for a good 4 days. Some of them are gone. And then I got to a silver player point badge. But then I had completely vanished from the game entirely. Yup, you heard me right. I was completely gone for an entire year. And to be honest, I really don't know why. I did like that game, but I just got bored of it for some reason. 12-year-old me must have just said, I've had enough of this, and just left for a year. That is the only reason I can properly think of right now anyway. I mean, that makes the most sense. It's happened to me before. And I'm not exactly surprised that it happened in the first place. But anyways, long story short, I disappeared for a year. Until yep, I came back. And I was probably aiming to do the same thing that I did a year ago. Make levels. But that's not the case actually. What I had really set my eye on was getting a gold player point badge, so I could have the ability to make emblems. But of course, I did make one level for old time's sake. A level called Troublesome Track. Now, a few days after this level was posted, something very interesting happened. Something that I don't think I will ever forget. I received this comment from one of my later-to-be friends. Now I was confused as to why an admin wanted to comment on my level, cause I know it wasn't that great. But nonetheless, I came up with a response. And here that is. This also helps you get a more in-depth reason why I came back to Block Bros. As some of you know, Super Mario Maker 2 requires internet for you to upload levels, and that is why I came back to this game, because I can upload levels for free with no problem. Now, I didn't even know this guy at the time, and I was wondering why he was so glad that I came back, because I had never even known him before. My first thought was that he was just being nice, and well, he was. But I found out what he wanted to do after I received his reply. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. I had just gotten invited to a Discord server. Now obviously this wasn't the first time I've been invited to a Discord server. I had a Discord server with my friends, but you know, this is different. I got invited to a completely public server by the owner himself. Now obviously that isn't a big deal in retrospect. I was just excited because I had just come back to Block Bros, and I was getting recognized, which was pretty cool to me at the time. But because of the whole Discord thing, this made this story a whole lot longer. So let's get moving. So after spending some time on Discord and Block Bros, making stuff like contests and all, I started my YouTube channel. Now this was around the time that I had finished watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I liked that series a lot, as you can tell from the stuff that I posted on my channel. So the first video I had ever posted was titled BBBA Episode 1, Stands. Now, that was also around the time when my animation was sort of novice, and I didn't even add color, or any sound effects. But nonetheless, people still liked the video and gave positive comments. So, I kept making more. But let's just say I wasn't satisfied enough with that. I wanted to make an impact. Some kind of impact. Not just on YouTube, but on Block Bros as well. So after a few more uploads on the BBBA thing, let's just say, I decided to bring it to Block Bros, so to speak. I made some stand emblems, which are just emblems that have the information of the stand and the design on it or whatever, cause, I don't know, I just wanted to do that. And a stand arrow, and I would just randomly give it to people for no reason. And you know, like, I got a group of like, maybe 10 stand users or something. And eventually it started turning into actual plot and roleplay or whatever. So I made a level called the Stand Tribe, so, you know, the stand users can make, like, levels and stuff. And, that did pretty well, and, you know, it's still going strong, if I'm honest. More people got interested in the idea, and more people started, contributing to it or whatever. But, that's not the only thing I did. So let's move on. So, the stand thing was still, going strong, and people really liked it, but I also wanted to, do this for a while, cause I had an original series, which only has, like, 2 parts, called Stickman Questions, and it was, basically like a Q&A thing that I, decided to make. But, I also kind of wanted to do a Q&A on myself, too, so I started making that, and, the first episode was a big hit. So I made more, and eventually others started making Q&As, and I'm like, what the heck? What have I created? What have I done? People are starting to make Q&As too. Like, I've sort of started that, and I'm like, what the heck? So, you know, I could feel my impact finally starting to get to people more. And you know, I was finally starting to make a name for myself in the Block Bros community. And you know, one of my levels is actually one of the most commented on levels too, and it was some stupid stand roleplay thing. Like, it was pretty crazy, honestly. I mean, when I was thinking about it, you know, like making the level, I was like, no one is going to use this. Well, why would I even make this? Like, no one's even going to use it. And then, well, I look at it and, well, see for yourself. Yep, your eyes are not playing tricks on you. I managed to get that many comments in 4 months. And we haven't even gone over Glock Bros yet. Speaking of which... So as you might know from the previous chapter, my influence and impact had grown a lot. I had made a name for myself, and I was a proper member of the community. So I decided to try my hand at creating a fan game. I would later find out that I would have to miss 1 week of uploading, but it was well worth it. Because Glock Bros became something better than I expected. I know it's not that great and not that popular at all, but to me, it's definitely a step in the right direction. Because I had people that didn't normally watch my videos watching it, and it was great. And the update that I recently gave it some more spark. And I can definitely see myself in the future giving it more updates. But anywho, Glock Bros was a great success. And things haven't quite slowed down, because we've got 1 more chapter to go through. So here we go. So as of now, the stand thing is kind of dying down a little bit, like as in the roleplay area is getting a bit quieter, But other than that, I've actually been starting to appear in other people's videos. Here are a couple just for examples. And those are just some of my recent appearances. I've also made another appearance in a much bigger video. But, you know, most of you might have seen that one already. But for those who are curious, it is my good friend Pyropickle's rap contest results, where I managed to win. Well, that's about it for my Block Bros history. I know it might not be as in-depth as other people's histories, but I've left my mark and I tried my best. I've basically only been on the Block Bros scene for, well, about a year, because I don't really count that second year, because I was basically gone for all of it. Anyways, that's about it. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys later.